Well, yes.
Yes. Present and yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
All right, here we go. Kyle Brown, Kenton Allen, your front row. Or Tyler Hibner, excuse me. Green flag is out and we're underway. It is nice to have you up here in the booth, Chesty, as we get things underway. Look at that. Good run by Lyle Sadoff. The 8L gets a pretty good grip off the bottom of turn number 2. Going to slingshot his way right beside Hibner as Kyle Brown going to fight the 21K off the bottom of turn number 1, but he's going to have the race lead. Sadoff moves into that second spot.
Yeah, I didn't know how to answer that question without getting myself in trouble, so yes was the simple answer.
Remember, how'd you go get fired on your day off?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Kyle Brown, the race leader on the bottom side, but look at this. Sadoff right there, down on the bottom, has a good run. Kyle Brown protecting a little bit, but Sadoff not going away. He has got that thing dialed in.
Yeah, Sadoff in that old school looking 8L paint scheme. Flame job on the side of that front side of that race car.
They had a memorial race for Dwayne Hansen at the Fairmont Raceway, and they did his car up just like Dwayne's paint scheme, and it has proven dividends. Here he goes down to the inside. It's a race for the lead. Sadoff down to the bottom, but Kyle Brown beats him to the punch. Sadoff going to have a good roll through the bottom of turn number 4 and take the race lead off there.
Yep, Sadoff says thank you very much. I'll take that. Rolls right by the 21K of Kyle Brown. So Brown back to the second spot. Good battle for third between the 98 of Cutshaw, the 89 of Hibner. Hibner on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll open up the exit corner. That allows Cutshaw to drive right on by.
Oh.
But Cutshaw says thank you for that. He takes over the third spot. Hibner back to fourth. And right now, it's Spalding in fifth.
Fastest car on the track, race leader Lyle Sadoff. Good shot there of Devin Havlick as he is trying to run down that 00 of Chris Spalding. Cutshaw.
Yeah, we talked about Havlick, earlier this evening, the fantastic heat race that he had. He's trying to work around the top part of the racetrack while everybody else largely at the bottom. Didn't mean to step on top
You're
of you
fine.
there.
Don't worry about
Havlick
me.
Trying to reel in the 00S of Chris Spalding. Hibner working right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. There's still something at the top side of turns 1 and 2, but I'm just not sure it's good enough down here in 3 and 4 at the moment.
Yeah, I think the bottom's the way of 3 and 4, and the bottom going that way right now for these modifieds in this feature. I'll tell you who doesn't care. That's Lyle Sadoff because he nailed the setup. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Here we go off the bottom of turn number 4, Lyle Sadoff. Oh, look at that. Good start by Kyle Brown.
Maybe a little bit of a good one.
Yeah, he was right there. Oh,
Chris
no.
Spalding, look out. Oh,
Stoa.
Going to bunch up in there. Stoa, nowhere to go. Gets into the 718 of Terry Beckham. Spalding involved. Spalding was the original car that went around on his own there.
That certainly was. Stoa came in there, and then the 718. Dukes of Hazzard style right between them. Hey, we got a lot of guys heading over for the Lake Waters now. Jeremy really needs one after what went down. Miles down there as well.
A feature number 2 for your USRA Modifieds back underway. 8 laps into this 20-lap affair, and look at Devin Havlick. High, wide, and handsome. He says, excuse me, boys, I'm coming to the front.
He might have found something up there. I didn't know you could hang your right rear over that lip, but he sure did, and it sure worked through 1 and 2. Top side not as good in 3 and 4. He's going to fall back behind Kyle Brown. Sadoff going to have to protect the bottom over the savvy veteran Jeff Cutshaw. He knows his way around here. Sadoff doing a good job and fast up front, but that 98 has showed some serious speed here this week.
Yellow problem at the top side of turn 2, the 98 of Kenton Allen. And couldn't get off the racetrack quick enough. He's going to point it back towards the pit area. So unfortunately, Allen brings the field to a slow, and man, that's going to allow Sadoff an opportunity, Havlick another opportunity. But here's the deal. Now he's going to have to fire off from the inside of double file row number 2.
Yeah. I don't know, with those guys starting up top, the bottom should clean up a little bit for them. We'll see how they handle that. It's going to be interesting. Hey, there's Tyler Crimmins. down drinking lake waters as well. All
Yeah.
those guys are down there tonight having a good
Yeah.
time at the Diamond Bar.
There you
Go
go.
down there, pay the ladies a visit, give them a good tip. Tell them Brian, the announcer, said make sure you add a 0 behind whatever you were thinking about giving them to start off with.
Yeah. You're going to make guys spend more money. I'll let you take that blame.
I announce those guys' races all the time, and I have called Jeremy Crimmins Tyler twice this week, and I've called Tyler Jeremy twice. And I bet you I've called more of their races than anybody else.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
It does.
All right.
There-
You know what I call Tyler Wolf on accident sometimes? Lucas.
Do you remember when Jeremy Nelson was on tour with the USMTS as well as Tyler Wolf? Their cars looked identical.
Yeah, they did. I got myself in trouble at the King of America a couple years ago because of that. Tyler Wolf was Jeremy Nelson for about 12 laps while Wolf was fighting for the lead. I was not a good night.
Hey, it happens. Just like I said, go with confidence. As Lyle sat off.
Oh, I said it with confidence, let me tell you.
Oh, Cutshaw, not a great restart out of the 98.
No, not at all. Havlik can try to come back after him. Slow roll in the middle part of the racetrack. Now we're 3 wide. Look at Nathan Hagar. This track might be playing into his hands. That CT 525 coming to life around the bottom of the racetrack. The 55 of Hager trying to take the 3rd spot away from the 98 of Cutshaw. Remember, 3 automatically lock into tomorrow night's program. Can Hagar put the 55 in the show?
Battle for the race lead. Kyle Brown going to have it at the line that time by the 21K. Working the outside, sat off, not giving up the bottom. Here is where it gets tricky. Brown going to dip it down to the bottom side. You can see him getting on the brakes as that left front tire of the American Racer.
Oh, Nathan Hager.
Oh, crap.
Nathan Hager got turned around. He keeps it under power, so we'll stay green. I really... Oof.
Hey, we're good to
That was
go.
an interesting decision on the choice of the 55.
I would concur, as that cost him dearly. He would have been much better off to bring the caution out. But Kyle Brown says, I like it, as he has now cleared himself a big distance, almost a second lead over Lyle Sadoff in the 2nd place. Sadoff still having a good run, a great run for that 8L, but Kyle Brown out to the race lead. Good shot there. Zach's Trailer Sales and Service on the side of that one. You got Cutshaw there, the 98, right through the meat of the corner around the middle. And here comes Devin Havlik. He's been ripping the lip in the top side of 1 and 2. Now going to dip it down to the bottom and see if he can't close that gap between him and the 98.
And the fun meter pegged for the driver of car number 55. He pulls it to the infield. So Hager off of the racetrack. Kyle Brown still your leader. Lyle Sadoff rides in 2nd. 3rd is Jeff Cutshaw. He's now got pressure from the 5 of Havlik. A little bit further back in the field, you're watching a good 3-wide battle between Stoa, the 98 of Kenton Allen, the 17 of Beamer. They roll up on the backside of the 89 of Hibner, so that becomes a 4-car battle. They march off of turn number 2, 2 by 2. And it looks like maybe an issue on the 98 of Stoa. What are you seeing there?
No, just Stoa. He was involved in that wreck.
Yeah.
Now he's hanging in that 8th spot. So actually a good run, even no matter
All
what the
things
circumstances
considered, yeah.
are. With that right side all beat up, the 98 looking pretty sporty out there.
Yep. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for downtown. Kyle Brown behind the wheel of the 21K has her up top off of turn number 2. And one of my favorite paint schemes out on the USMTS trail is that 21K Kyle Brown. He rolls off of turn number 4. He'll pick up the victory in A feature number 2. 2nd goes to the Adela Sadoff. Devin Havlik on the last lap got by Jeff Cutshaw. So Devin Havlik locks into the program tomorrow night. Cutshaw finishes 4th, and Terry Beckham. Wow, how about that ride for the 718? Rolls all the way up to 5th.